The late Abdul Sattar Edhi was asked in an interview, "You buried thousands of abandoned bodies. Did you ever cry after seeing the bad condition of a body or the violence on it?" He closed his eyes and dived into deep thought and said, "There is no violence or a bad body, but once my volunteers brought a clean body, which seemed to belong to a well-educated family. His silver-white hair was oiled, and it was neatly combed. His personality looked very dignified in a suit with a washed white cloth. But he was only a corpse now." Edhi Sahib seemed to be thinking about something. "Many dead bodies are brought to us every day, but such a body that leaves its mark. I was looking at this dead body very rarely. That my volunteer said." He mentioned the name of a posh basti of Karachi and said that this body was lying outside his bungalow. As soon as we arrived in front of the bungalow, a family in a car that was waiting for us, a youth came out and hurriedly handed us an envelope and said, "These are burial expenses." Then he muttered to himself, "This is my father. Take care of them and bury them after bathing them well." Meanwhile, a voice came from the car. "Your speech will take flight." On hearing this, the young man turned around and said nothing more, got into the car, and the car disappeared from his eyes. He said, "I am very saddened to know about this dead body, and once again I started looking at this unfortunate person. I felt as if he was waving his arms and requesting me that Edhi Sahib is the heir of all the abandoned bodies. You also become the heir of my misfortune." I immediately decided that I will bathe the body and bury it myself. Then, as soon as I started bathing, seeing this dead body, I thought that a person would be so reliable and sensitive in his life. He must not have taken any pleasure in raising his children. But the son did not even have time for burial. He was more worried about getting off the flight than taking his father to the grave. And so, while giving bath to this corpse, I shed tears. Then he wiped his tears with the cloth on his shoulder and said, "That day I cried at the sinking ship of humanity. I wish we pay more attention to better education and training of our children instead of luxury."